Hey Hoopers, this is going to be a tutorial on kickstarting the hula hoop, which is pretty tricky in itself and takes a good bit of time to figure out, but is insanely useful when it comes to double hooping, performing, saving the hoop when you're hooping around your knees and it falls to the ground, and just it's just kind of one of those tricks that is really useful in certain situations and also will really impress people. So the first thing that I'm going to say is that you need to, what I'm going to recommend is that you wear some thick socks and jeans or leggings or sweatpants or something like that. Something tight that's not going to have a lot of extra fabric to get in the way, but something that's going to cover up your ankles. Because you really are going to bruise the hell out of your legs and ankles and feet when you're learning this, and for probably a few months after. I learned this last winter and didn't have a problem learning it that way, and then when I got to the summertime and I wasn't having anything on my legs or ankles, I couldn't do it anymore, and I was getting these crazy bruises. So this is the type of thing that will hurt and bruise you a lot, but once you get used to it and you get used to being more gentle and kind of perfecting the technique, it won't bother you as much, but just be prepared for some pain. Anyway, I would recommend also getting a hoop that you're comfortable knee hooping with would be good. I'm not going to use this one. It's only 30 inches. It's kind of too small for me. I need one with a little bit more room. So I'm going to use this one. This is 33. But, something with a gaff on the inside or some, duct tape or whatever is going to really help you out. So, let's get started. Basically, you want to, first of all, make sure that nothing's in the way. So just kind of give your hoop a little kick. You really just want to get comfortable with the hoop going around your ankles and kind of kicking it. So start with your right foot under the hoop and then use your left foot to just kind of kick it back. And just kind of get comfortable with that, because that's the motion that you need to use to get the hoop started in order to build momentum and bring it up. So be comfortable with that. Play, just kind of get comfortable getting it going, lifting up. And the next thing that you want to get kind of comfortable with is kicking it and then being able to keep the momentum going and then getting your foot underneath. Now, really, it's pretty hard to keep the momentum going if you don't give a really hard kick, and I know that that's going to hurt, but you just have to get over it until you're more comfortable with it, and that's why I keep saying jeans, socks, things like that. This is not really helping me very much. A big pair of wool socks and a pair of skinny jeans is probably the best bet. So once you're comfortable with this, you want to start practicing getting your foot under here, because essentially what you're doing here is getting the hoop going, and then as it's going, once it comes around like this, you want to use your left foot that you used to kick the hoop, get it under here, and then as it's coming around, you want to use the top of your foot to lift it up, and then it's going to come on. So just like when you are hooping around your waist, you want to bring your shoulders and you use your arms to bring it up like that. Essentially, it's kind of like using your arm to kind of lift up and then get it onto your knees. So we're comfortable with this kicking part, and now we're going to work on scooping it up. You really need to be comfortable with knee hooping for this, so I'm just going to put that out there. But if you watch, I'll slow this down, but I'm going to kick it. It's going to probably go around once or twice. I'm going to stick my foot in up here and then use the top of my foot to kind of lift it up. So you don't want to you don't want to kick your leg back like this, because then your knee's going to get in the way. What you want to do is kind of like lift up like this. So you don't want your leg or your knee to get in the way of the hoop and hit it and keep it going, or knock it down. So you're just using your foot to bring the hoop up and get it on the bottom of your legs. Better if you can get it onto your knees, because it's going to make it easier on yourself. And then you want to continue knee hooping. So you just do a little demo of this. Shit. Okay, and you'll see that there I saved that with my right leg, which you can most definitely do. Whatever works for you to get the hoop up here, but really it's all about this like kind of picking up motion with your foot and then kind of getting it, like throwing it on your leg a little bit. There we go. So it's gonna look a little crazy, your legs are going crazy, but keep practicing. So the other tip that I have, or the thing I wanna go over, is hooping below the knees, because that's going to help both situations when it comes down, when you're knee hooping and it falls, and when you're trying to kickstart. So what I would recommend is start hooping on your knees, and then say it starts to fall. What you kind of have to do is kick your legs like this. And it's kind of this continual trying to like awkwardly shuffle and kick with your shins and moving in a bit of a circle. So I'll slow this down. Really awkward, but when you get more comfortable, you can kind of do things like this, and then maybe bring the hoop up, or use your left leg to pick it up and kick it on. The trick really lies in this foot part here. If you can, you'll see that I'm kind of taking it here. I lift my leg up like this and go like that. So, and then I'm immediately down and using my knee. So there we go. And again, like that. Kind of use what you need to. It's going to be really spastic when you first start. Just think in your head, like slow down, like the hoop is going a little bit slower. You have more time to do all of these things. So it may seem like it's going to fall, but you have to trust that your hoop will continue to go around. And I think the best example of that is to just throw it on your knees and don't move, and see how slow it can go. And once it really starts to slow down, that's when you can kind of go for it. But this is kind of a tricky trick, but it takes a lot of practice and a lot of just being comfortable with that picking up motion. It's all in that picking up and then bringing the hoop up like you do when you're bringing the hoop from your knees to your waist. You have to kind of duck down and like lift it up. It's kind of the same thing but with your legs. So you're using your ankles to kind of bring it up. But I really hope that helps, and you guys are able to get that down. And yeah, so good luck with this trick, and see you later.